Welcome back to Make Way for Cat. At level 7 in Traveler's Rest, you'll unlock the inn portion of your tavern. I'll go over the tutorial, plus everything you need to know about building, maintaining, and troubleshooting your guest rooms. Let's get into it. First, if you skip the tutorial at the beginning of the game, you will not get the tutorial in walkthrough with the first room free. You will receive the quest and the construction table will be stocked, but everything else is on your own to buy and build. Getting into the tutorial, once you hit level 7, you'll get a quest in your log to build your first room. You'll also receive a letter in the mail telling you to pick up the construction table at the sawmill. Grab that for 3 gold and 50 silver and pop it down on your property. I keep mine near the saw table and the metal workbench for depositing materials quickly. Deposit your materials by pressing E at the construction table, and when you're ready to build, press Q. Once you're in the build mode, the quest will walk you through clicking on the top floor, and because it's your first time here, the changes are going to be free. Now the quest walks you through the tabs on the bottom, starting with the first, which is Building. You can see the number of available floor tiles you can use anywhere in your tavern. This number will increase as you level up. The second button, of course, is to delete the floor tiles. Tiles can only be placed in green designated spots. Basically, they must connect to existing floor. The first quest instructs you to build out a 3x3 room. Next, the quest takes you through tab 3, which is zones. Note, there's only 2, seating area, which is orange, and crafting, which is blue. This quest wants you to designate your new room as a crafting zone. Note that the zones each have numbers, only allowing you to designate a certain number of floor tiles at a time. Every level, you'll receive more available zone tiles. Now we're looking at the Decoration tab, which gives you a variety of cosmetic options for your rooms. Note the bottom left square, it tells you what materials you need per tile or wall. The floors are done per tile, walls will fill a full flat section. And finally, the last tab is Doors. The first door is just a regular door like the ones downstairs in your tavern. The second, which they don't tell you yet, is for guest rooms. And then we get to build a guest room. Basically following the same steps as before, but there's a major difference. Inn rooms do not get a zone specification. Instead, inn rooms are designated by the door. Grab the door with the metal plate and pop that on to confirm it is a guest room. Guest rooms require 4 things: a bed, a light, a chair, and a table. You can press B from this screen to enter the decoration mode and place the items into your guest room. Note that the guest room automatically creates its own zone, which is purple. Accept your changes to exit and you'll be rewarded with the registration desk, another key component to innkeeping. That's it for the tutorial section, and before we go over the registration table, let's get back into build mode. First, there's a skill point that you might find beneficial to building. If you have skill points available, you'll want to get this one in the Management tab called Manual Labor. You'll need 3 total available to unlock it if you don't have any points in this tree so far. Manual Labor decreases the cost of building by 10%. It may not seem like a lot, but you're going to be building a lot of space over the course of the game, and at 1 gold per square tile, the savings will add up. Okay, now let's really dive into building. You cannot build with materials from your inventory, so make sure you press E on your construction table to add your planks and nails. Then press Q to build. You'll notice across the top is your available money and resources. On the bottom left, you can see that each floor tile takes 5 planks and 5 nails, plus either 1 gold, or if you took the manual labor skill, 90 silver. To add a guest room door is another 15 planks, 10 nails, and 3 gold, or again, if you took the manual labor skill point, 2 gold and 70 silver. And then you'll notice that there's this blobby thing that it needs 4 of. What is that? Well, it's called mortar, and I'll show you next where to get it. Mortar is a material made by the mixing tank, and you can purchase one from the sawmill for 4 gold and 80 silver. Pop it down in the stone cutting section, and you'll need 2 polished stone, 4 regular stone, and a bucket of water. Now on to furniture. As covered in the tutorial, you need a bed, table, chair, and a light for a guest to stay in a room. You can make the table and chair yourself by crafting the individual table and the stool at the workbench. For the bed, you'll need to purchase one from Amos at the City Tavern for 1 gold and 10 silver. And for the light, you can use candles like the tutorial shows, but they require upkeep. I recommend going to Agatha and purchasing a lantern for 45 silver. Alright, let's talk money. Starting an inn is expensive. If you complete the inn tutorial, you'll only spend 3 gold and 50 silver to get the construction table, and your first guest room is free. Plus, you kind of already have the space built for a second one, you just need to remove the zone and add a door. And to build doors again, you need the mixing tank for 4 gold and 80 silver. But how much does it cost to create a room from scratch? You can craft the table and the chair, but you must buy the bed and the light plus the building fees. The base room shown is 11 tiles total plus the door, which is 70 planks, 65 nails, 4 mortar, and 14 gold. The bed and lamp are an additional 1 gold and 55 silver. A total room costs just under 16 gold. If you take the manual labor skill, you'll save 40 silver on the room building. What's the total startup without the tutorial and free stuff from it? You're looking at just under 25 gold to start. Now, after your room is built, you'll want to start investing in new decor. Just like decorating your tavern, decor is important because the higher the decor rating, the higher the rep, and also the higher the rent price earned. Anything you can decorate your tavern with, you can put it in the inn rooms. Okay, now let's talk the mechanics of renting rooms. Set up the registration desk and don't block it in with too much decor, otherwise guests or your housekeeper, or you, can't access it. If you're first starting, you won't have to worry about cleaning rooms. Just open your tavern and wait for a guest to stand by the registration table. Accept the guest, and once you're in the room menu, click Accept again. Then, when the tavern is open and there's a guest in a room, there will be speech bubbles popping up at the registration table for food and drink room service. If it's food, simply walk upstairs and click the door. If they're looking for a drink, you'll need to pull the colored drink requested and bring it to the room upstairs. The next day, or whenever it's a guest's day to check out, they will generally leave of their own accord. However, if you want to get a jump on things, you can knock on their door to kick them out. You may notice when they leave that the room is trashed. It will need to be cleaned before another guest can stay in it. Sweep the floor, wipe the table, and make the bed. You can tell a room is clean or dirty based on the flower icon in the lower right corner. If the petals are half gone, there may be something you missed. If the flower is full, the room is clean and will be ready for the next guest. You can do this with your tavern closed, so there's no rush. Obviously, this is a lot to handle, especially if you have several rooms. You can hire a housekeeper to take on all of those chores, renting out the rooms, room service deliveries, and cleaning the rooms. They also light the fire at 8 p.m., replace any candles on the tables, and sweep the floors at closing. A housekeeper is worth it if you can afford one. Now let's talk troubleshooting. If guests aren't coming, check that you have the required furniture: a bed, a chair, a table, and a light source. If you're using candles, they burn out and need to be replaced before someone will check in. Also check that your rooms are completely clean. You'll know by the flower icon in the corner as we talked before. Check that you have the correct door on a room. It's the one with a metal plate in the construction mode. It will appear in the inn as having a symbol on the door like a heart, star, spade, or club. And while you're in construction mode, check that you have not accidentally zoned it as a crafting, blue, or seating, orange, space. Guest room doors, give them the zoning and will appear purple while in decor mode. Also double check that the registration table is set up correctly and in a spot that is not blocked or backwards. And that's it. Innkeeping can seem really daunting at first and expensive, but it's not a requirement for the game. So if you're not comfortable right away, then wait until you can afford an innkeeper. I hope this rundown helped you get started on your innkeeping journey. Let me know if you have any further questions in the comments below that I or another seasoned player might know the answer to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.